Hi friends, it's me, Miss Chacon. On this video, you'll be able to see my face. And I'm doing that because on our language arts videos, which means our videos where we're reading and we're writing, I want you to see my face just so that you get to see me. And also in our math videos, it takes a larger space, so I can't let you see my face because I want you to see the whole page. But on our English videos, you get to see me and we're going to have fun together. So it's going to be just like we're in our classroom. Also, before we start, I just wanted to show you these. These are my Minnie Mouse ears. I'm wearing them because I'm thinking when all of this is over, all of our quarantine is over, Disneyland is one of the first places I want to go to. I'm so excited to go to Disneyland. And I think when I go to Disneyland, I'm going to go on Space Mountain. That's the ride I want to go to. So what I want you to do is I want you to think really hard, touch your brain, and think, where do I want to go to once all of this is over? Do I want to go to the park? Do I want to go to maybe a fun place to eat? Maybe Chuck E. Cheese? Maybe I want to go to maybe my grandma's house. Think about it and start planning. We need to keep our positive thoughts right now, and we need to not think about what we don't have, but what we should be thinking about is what we will have after all of this is over. And after all of this is over, we'll get to see each other again. That's one of the things that I think about. So for me, I think about how after all of this is over, I get to see you all. And after all of this is over, I want to go to Disneyland and get on Space Mountain. So on Class Dojo, message me, tell me, where do you want to go or what do you want to do when all of this is over? Okay? So before we start, I just wanted to show you our class dojo. Here are our monsters right here, and here is Angelo. He has 7 class dojo points. So when you get class dojo points, that means that you did your homework, and you also sent me a picture of your homework. So that is your easiest way to get class dojo points. So if I wanted to give Angelo a point, I could click on his monster, and I could say, oh, Angelo's been working so hard, and I give him a dojo point. When we get to 15 dojo points, you will be able to, when you get to 15 dojo points, what you can do is you can create your own picture. It could be a coloring drawing. It could be a huge Lego building. It could be whatever you want. You could send me a picture of your own creation, and I'm going to be posting it on Class Dojo. So that's what we're going to be doing. So your goal is to do as much homework as you can. Every time you turn it in to me, you get a dojo point. Okay, my friends? All right, so and remember, when we go to Class Dojo, be sure to look on your class story in the morning and at nighttime because that's usually when you should be checking things to make sure you didn't miss anything, okay? Also, remember to go on my YouTube page right here, and you could watch, if you maybe think, oh, I didn't really understand that, maybe I should watch it again. You could go look at our math lessons, and then after today, you'll be able to look at our English lessons too, okay? So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a shared read. Remember our shared read in our purple book? Well, now I have the shared read on here, so let me make it a little bigger. I have the shared read here. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a video first. So let's watch.
Past, present, and future.
Ooh.
The world is changing every minute. People change over time.
Oh, look at this, my friends. So she said, people change over time. Here we have a kid, what looks like a teenager, and then we have an adult. Now all 3 of these pictures show one person. Someone in the past, someone in the present maybe, and maybe someone in the future. So that's what's going on in this picture. So past means that something that happened way back then. Present is not like a present I'm giving to you. Present in our reading for today, present does not mean this kind of present. Present can mean, even though he's holding a present right here, present can mean that what's happening right here, right now. So the present means today. That's what it means. The future means something that will happen. So for some of us, in the future, you will be turning 7 years old. In the future, some of you will be turning 8 years old. But at the present, right now, you're not 7 or 8, you're maybe 6 or 7. So that's what it means. So let's keep watching our video.
Ideas and daily life change too. Technology that was new in the past may seem old today.
Remember we did that unit on how technology and how it changes our lives? This is different technology. So if you look over here, look at this old car right here. That's from the past. And look at this car from the present. Look how crazy that is. See how everything changes from the past, the present, and the future. Everything changes, even technology.
Technology that is new today may seem old in the future. We study the past to find out how things change.
So what those people are, so let me go back here. What those people are is they're digging through, those are called, so what these people are doing is they're digging into different old towns and stuff like that, and they're finding different things like tools. They're finding maybe old toys that kids of the past used to play with. They're finding things that people used to cook with, everything like that. And what they're trying to do is figure out what happened in the past. How did the past affect now? Maybe back then kids used toys. Well, are the toys from back then the same as the toys we have now? So that's why it's fun to learn about the past, the present, and the future, because we get to know how did we change? How are we going to change? Everything changes, and that's what this unit is about, change. Past, present, and future.
Why is the past important?
So that's our essential question. Why is the past important? Now, the past can mean many different things. For some people, the past can mean yesterday. Yesterday is in the past because it already happened. But for other people, the past could mean a year ago or 10 years ago. So when we talk about the past, let's go like this with our thumb. Past. Do it with me. Past. So think about a memory in the past. For me, a memory in the past was when I was a little kid. Maybe I was a little kid a long time ago. I'm very old. But why is the past important to us? Well, for me, the past is important because in the past, I learned a lot of great things in school, and everything I learned in school helped me become a teacher now. So all those things I learned in the past is helping me now. So that's why the past is important to me, because in the past, I learned how to add and subtract. And now, in the present, I can teach you how to add and subtract. So think about it. Why is the past important? So what you can do is you can talk with your family and say, Mom, Dad, why is the past important? Grandma, Grandpa, why is the past important? And you can talk to your dog, and you can say, Doggy, why is the past important? Ask everyone, why is the past important? Tell your family why you think the past is important. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our reading. So we're going to go to the next page. Ooh, sorry about that, my friends. Next page. And here are our readings. These are going to be the readings in our book. The first thing we're going to read about is called The First Cars. Okay, so let's read it through with the video, okay?
The first cars. Out on the road today, there are lots of cars. That was not always the case. The first car was made in 1769. But cars.
So 1769, that's a year. That's a long time ago. Right now we're in 2020. 1769, that's a long time ago. Let's keep reading. So the first car was made in 1769.
Were not popular until the early 1900s. In 1908, Henry Ford began making a car called a Model T. The Model T was slow and kind of plain, but the Model T did not cost much and it worked well. It changed the way people lived.
Okay.
Circle.
Ooh. So now I'll read it, and what I want you to do is read it with me, okay, my friends? So let's read it. The first cars. Out on the road today, there are lots of cars. And what kind of car do you have? Or do you have a car? So what did people used to use before cars? They would use horses. But can you imagine if cars weren't created? We'd be riding our horses to school or riding our horses to the grocery store. I would not want to do that. Horses are smelly to me, but if you like horses, that's okay. So let's keep reading. That was not always the case. The first car was made in 1769, but cars were not popular until the early 1900s. In 1908, Henry Ford, who recognizes that last name Ford? Henry Ford. That sounds familiar. Ford. Did you know that Ford is the name of a popular car brand? So they named it after Henry Ford. This is his car brand. So Henry Ford was a famous creator of cars, and now a famous company that makes cars now is called Ford. So in 1908, Henry Ford began making a car called a Model T. The Model T was slow and kind of plain. So old cars would maybe go 20 to 40 miles per hour. And 40 would be very fast for them. So 20 miles an hour is kind of going like this. Very slow. So the Model T did not cost much and it worked well. It changed the way people lived. So now what we're going to do is we're going to circle a word that has the same OA sound as toad. Give me 1 second, my friends. So we're going to circle the same O sound as toad. Toad. That's a long O, so it's long. So listen to this and tell me. Remember how we do in class? You say stop. Say stop when you hear the long O sound. Remember, long vowels say their own name. So if it's an O, the vowel set and it's a long O, it says O. If it's A and it's a long A, the vowel says A. So let's look for the long O sound, okay? The first cars. Out on the road today. Do you hear the O sound? Out on the road today. Do you hear it? Did you say stop? I hope you did. The word is road. So we're going to do road. We're going to circle road. Okay? Out on the road today, there are lots of cars. Give me 1 second, my friends. That was not always the case. The first car was made in 1769, but cars were not popular. Does popular, I see an O here in popular. I see an O, but it's making the ah sound. It's going popular. It's not saying popular. I'm looking for the O sound. So even though there's an O here, do we circle it? Because we're looking for the long O sound, not the short O. So we're looking for O. Is the O sound in popular? No. Let's keep reading. But cars were not popular until the early 1900s. In 1908, Henry Ford began making a car called a Model T. Ford. Whoa. Let's keep reading. Let's see if we can find something else. The Model T was slow. Slow. Does slow have the O sound? It does, so let's circle that. Remember, we're looking for sounds. We are not looking for, we don't have to find the OA, we just need the O sound. So the Model T was slow and kind of plain. The Model T did not cost much, so here's another O. Does this O have the O sound? So it says cost. Ah, ah, ah. Does that sound like O? No. So it did not cost much and it worked well. It changed the way people lived. Okay, so I don't see any more O sounds, but I don't hear any more O sounds. But if you hear any more O sounds, be sure to message me through Class Dojo and tell me which word you said, "Hey, Miss Chacon, I heard the O sound in that phrase." Go ahead and tell me because I always want to know, okay? So next we have to underline a word that is another way of saying all the time, every time. So what's another word for saying all the time, every time? So what if I wanted to say I all the time, every time eat chicken nuggets? What's another way I can say I all the time, every time eat chicken nuggets? I hope you're saying maybe, should I say I sometimes eat chicken nuggets? No, because that doesn't mean the same as all the time, every time. What about always? I always eat chicken nuggets. Oh, that means the same thing as all the time, every time. Okay. So let's look for the word always, okay, my friend? Tell me stop when you hear always, okay? Out on the road today, there are lots of cars. That was not always. There's always. That was not always the case. So I'm going to underline it right here. The first car, so let's look for another always, and if there's no more always, then we're going to move on. So the first car was made in 1769, but cars were not popular until the early 1900s. In 1908, Henry Ford began making a car called a Model T. The Model T was slow and kind of plain. The Model T did not cost much and it worked well. It changed the way people lived. I don't see always anywhere. So that's all we have. So what you're going to do at home, kind of like your homework, is you're going to answer this question.
Not.
Oh, sorry about that, my friends. And that question is, what is the difference between the Model T car and the cars of today? So here is a Model T car. Look at this car. Look at this. This car, look at the wheels right here. Look how skinny they are. Look at the headlights. Does your car have headlights that look like eyes? These headlights look like eyes. It's a Ford. Look at this windshield. Does your windshield look like that? Does the top of your car kind of look like a blanket? Tell me, what is the difference? So let's think about it here. What is the difference between the Model T car? So the Model T car was one of the first cars. So what's the difference between a past car, the Model T, and a car like today? So let me show you a fancy car. A car like this. No. But a cars like these, look at this. What's the difference between a car like this and a car like this? So this was the fancy car of back then. Look at this. Look at this car and look at this car. They look very different to me. So what I want you to do, let's find it. What I want you to do is I want you to write at least 2 sentences. You can do more if you'd like, but I want you to write at least 2 sentences and tell me what is the difference between the Model T car and the cars of today. So here's a Model T car and here's the cars of today. And if you need help, what you can do is you can go look at your own car or there's some cars on the road. Say, how do those cars look different than the cars of today? Does your car have air conditioning? Because these cars did not have air conditioning. Do your cars have windshield wipers? These cars don't have windshield wipers. So think about it and write me 2 to 3 sentences. And what you're going to do is you're going to go on to Class Dojo. And you're going to go to your portfolio and you're going to post you can do a picture, you can do a little, you can type something out, 2 sentences, whatever you would like, okay, my friends? And also, you can draw me a picture of the car of the past and today's car. So that's it for today. That's all we have. Remember to check on my YouTube page, check for whatever, for the lessons. If you miss a lesson, you can always go back and watch it again. Um, Remember to check Class Dojo in the morning and in the night. And remember to stay well, stay positive. I know right now it's kind of hard to stay inside, but remember that staying inside is what's keeping us safe. Okay, my friends? Thank you so much. I miss you. Have a great day.